Hey everybody. Um so it's been a couple days and I'm a tired person. So yesterday I did not record. I feel like I'm being a little quiet. I just put my daughter to bed. So I'm sorry if I'm a little extra quiet. Um so anyways, last night I went out to dinner with two of my very best friends. Um and they know that I've been having a rough time. They know that I've been stressed out, and they kind of know my situation right now financially. And I was really like stressed out about going and hanging out. I was supposed to just go drive to their house and my one friend's house and hang out and have a girls' night. Maybe drink too much wine and stay the night. Who knows? But she lives kind of far away, about an hour and like 10 minutes away. So I was about using the gas. Like, I have to be frugal right now. So they ended up, my two friends ended up developing a plan where uh, my one friend would come get me. We would go to some other location and we would have dinner and they'd buy me dinner. So I went out last night with my friends. It was amazing. It was so much fun. And they are, mm, love them. Love them so much. Um, I don't know what I would do without those two. Um, but that's why I didn't make a video last night. I got home, it was like 11. I was tired, so I went to bed. I did not record. Plus, I had a bad day yesterday, and I didn't want to. I didn't have anything that I wanted to share. But I do today. I definitely do today. For those of you who are friends with me on Facebook, you already are probably aware of this situation today. We're going to call this the extra awful day, okay? That's really not fair because most of the day was just fine. The morning was fine. The afternoon was fine. Moira didn't take a nap today, but that was okay. She was fine. I was tired all day, but no big deal. And so anyways, I wanted to get her out of the house, so I took her to the pet store so that she could see the animals. And because I had to pick up literally like eggs and two other things from the grocery store, I was like, okay, well, I'm already right here. Walmart is across the parking lot. There's no sense in, going to the pet store, then putting her back in the car to drive across the street to a different store or down the road to another store. And the main thing that I needed to get was eggs, okay? With Weight Watchers, eggs are 0 points. So I eat eggs every day for breakfast. Moira eats eggs with me almost every single day for breakfast. So we go through a lot of eggs. Every day we eat, the two of us combined, eat 5 or 6 eggs. If we have a day where it's like breakfast for dinner day, we'll go through a dozen eggs in a day, no big deal. So normally what I do is I go to Kroger, and Kroger sells a 5 dozen egg thing for like $3, okay? Super cheap. And that's my jam. I love getting those eggs from Kroger. However, I hate shopping at Kroger, okay? I don't know if it's just the one by me or what, but the store itself, the layout is very confusing and does not make it, like everything with the dairy section does not make sense. Everything is all over the place. I don't like going there. On top of that, the checkout lanes, and I realize this is a super minor detail. The fact that I'm even going to say this makes me sound so petty. The checkout lanes are very narrow. You can barely fit your shopping cart through there. So you have to unload your cart. How? How are you going to unload your cart when you can't move around your cart? Because the lanes are so narrow. And like, if I'm at the store with my daughter, who is almost 3, and she's sitting in the cart, she's reaching and grabbing. The last time I took her to Kroger, while I was putting my groceries onto the belt, she was taking every single gift card and throwing it on the floor. So I had to pick up all those gift cards. Okay? I don't take her to Kroger anymore. No. If y'all can't make your lanes, your checkout lanes wide enough for a toddler's little arms, to not grab shit, then I'm just not coming there. Plus, it's uncomfortable in general. So anyways, this is not about Kroger. Walmart also sells 5 dozen eggs, except the 5 dozen eggs at Walmart are like twice as much. It was almost $7 for the carton of 5 dozen eggs, and they put them in a cardboard box. So it's a cardboard box that is taped shut, and you buy it, okay? So I'm at the store, I pick up everything that I need, I get the eggs, I put them in the cart, and I check out. Everything's fine. I'm like, sweet, I just got all this stuff that I needed, and I only spent like $30. I'm feeling pretty good about stuff. I get home, I get everything inside, and I open up the box of eggs, because I'm not just going to stick a cardboard box of eggs in my refrigerator. They come inside the little egg carton thing, like this, the egg carton thing with the eggs in it. They have the flat trays, and I was just going to take the flat trays out and put them in the fridge. And as soon as I opened it, I noticed that on the top layer, there were like 6 cracked eggs. And I'm like, damn it. Okay? If you get a 5 dozen egg carton, you're guaranteed to get a couple cracked. Okay? That's just acceptable. I accept that I will get a couple cracked eggs. They're eggs. Okay? They're fragile. But I was annoyed that there were as many as there were. So I start taking out the cracked eggs and setting them aside so that I can get rid of them and put the rest of the eggs away. And I noticed like one of the ones that had cracked was stuck to the cardboard, and I could not get it off. I'm like trying to pry this is my prying face, super gently pry the egg out of the cardboard without cracking the egg. Only to realize once I pulled it up that there was a big chunk of the shell missing, but egg wasn't leaking out of it. Well, that's interesting. So I looked. The egg was frozen. All of the eggs were frozen. There were 3 eggs that had significant cracks in them, like hunks of shell missing, giant cracks along the side, and they were frozen. Eggs can't be frozen. Okay, I know that you can freeze like the cartons of egg whites. That's different for some reason. If you have an egg in a shell, that you are not supposed to freeze them. Okay, that is a big no-no. It even says on the package, do not freeze. So I call up Walmart. And the lady answers the phone, and I start telling what had happened. I'm like, I left the store like 10 minutes ago, and these eggs are frozen. And she's like, okay, hold on one second. So she puts me on hold. I was on hold for like 6 minutes. And I'm like, you didn't even let me get out my story. All I said was I have frozen eggs, and you put me on hold. Are you contacting dairy? What are you dealing with other customers? I don't know what's going on. So finally, after 7 minutes of being on hold, another lady comes on. And she's like, how can I help you? Well, Janice, if your coworker, Janice 1, you're Janice 2, could not have been bothered to tell you about why I called, let me tell you why I called. I'm a little agitated at this point. I told you my daughter didn't take a nap, so she had fallen asleep in like the 5-10 minutes it took to get home, and so she was crabby. She wanted to watch her show, so I turned on a cartoon to keep her busy while I cooked. Only now, guess what? Now I have to turn off her show, deal with her having a tantrum because I just turned it on 2 minutes ago. Okay, 7 minutes ago. And put her back in the car, drive back to Walmart, exchange the eggs, and she was like on the phone, well, do you want to exchange them for the same ones? No. Why? I don't want these eggs. I can't look at them to see if they're broken. I can't see them. I'm not buying these eggs. So I go back to the store, irritated. And before I did this, I had taken pictures in case Walmart wanted proof that they were frozen or something. I don't know. I don't trust stores. So I just take pictures. This is my picture taking thing when I want to return something. So I do that and I get to the store. Oh, and I posted on Facebook before I left. I posted it on Facebook while I was on hold. And I just simply said, I got these eggs and they're frozen and I'm pissed off because I got to go back to the store. While it took me, in the 10 minutes it took me to drive to the store, like 4 people commented on the status. And all of them were like, well, gee, Felicia, don't you know that you're supposed to check the eggs before you leave the store? That's like egg shopping 101. No shit, Sherlock. Okay? Duh. I'm aware that you check the eggs, and I'm aware that you don't just open the thing and physically look at them, that you have to turn them. That if an egg is slightly stuck to the carton, it's probably cracked and leaking. I know how to check the eggs. I was almost a chef. I had 2 years of culinary training. I know how to shop for eggs. Like, the fact that people who know me and know that I like food and cooking and know that I'm pretty educated and that I seem to have a decent amount of common sense, that people who have known me for a period of time would say something to me like, well, don't you know you're supposed to check the eggs? I was not having it. I was so irritated. I was irritated. I was so mad. So I get to the store. I'm carrying my giant carton of eggs like this, and I got my daughter's hand over here, and of course she's throwing a tantrum. She's throwing herself on the floor at Walmart, rolling away, rolling across the floor. I'm holding 5 dozen eggs. I don't want to drop 5 dozen eggs, so I gotta hold them, try not to drop them while I'm wrangling my child. And the lady comes in, how can I help you? Well, I got frozen eggs. And then again, they ask me, well, did you want a refund or were you going to exchange? And I was like, well, I'm going to get eggs. I need eggs. Just not these ones. Not the frozen ones. I'm going to get different eggs. And it made me realize when I went back to go get the other eggs, and maybe you guys might know this. I will welcome any thoughts on this. You can tell if an egg is cracked when you're at the store. But if an egg is not cracked, how can you tell in the store if it's frozen? How do I know I haven't been buying frozen eggs this whole time? How do I know that the whole don't freeze eggs is not a myth? I don't know. Can you freeze eggs in the shell? Fun fact, did you guys know that really the United States is only the place where eggs are refrigerated? Because of the way that the eggs are processed and treated. So everywhere else, eggs are not refrigerated. When it comes out of the chicken, you guys, okay, so the chicken lays the egg, it doesn't lay it into a refrigerator. It lays it at room temperature. It's totally fine at room temperature. But because of the way the food places here process and chemically treat the eggs to, remove bacteria and all that good stuff, it weakens the shell. And because the shell is weakened, it has to be refrigerated. So if you live on a farm, or if you buy eggs from a farm, they don't need to be refrigerated. You don't have to do that. That's unnecessary. So, can you freeze eggs? I don't know. Eggs are not a mystery to me. How do I know the eggs I'm buying are not frozen? Can I freeze eggs? I don't know. Why do people think that I'm stupid? I also do not know. So this was like the tiniest little 45-minute event of my life, but it was so worthy of that I had to talk about it, because here I am. I've been talking about it since then. Lots of other things have happened today. I have had a day, but this is the thing that we're talking about. We're talking about eggs. So if you have any insight into eggs, egg handling, frozen eggs, I don't know, anything else related to eggs, let me know. Comment. Send me a message. I would love to know more about eggs. In the meantime, I hope you guys are having a wonderful life. And I'm going to go and upload this, clean up my living room, and get my ass in bed. I'll see you later.